Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Graham once again from Unearthed, and you'll probably hear me say good afternoon because the morning session there was absolutely nothing coming up at all apart from lead and shotgun shells and the odd pewter button. This morning session, I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason, and this has been my longest spell without a hammered coin for as long as I can remember. At least the last 2 or 3 films that I put on here on the Unearthed YouTube channel as just you've not seen any hammered silver come up. I just cannot walk over them. However, this morning was bad, and I've just picked up a signal. It came in number 10 on the Equinox, and it is finally a hammered coin, but it's cut quarter. What's interesting is Gaz had one of these this morning, a cut quarter, and I was just congratulating him. And there you are. Short cross cut quarter, and his cut quarter this morning was a short cross very similar to this. Actually, you'd think it was the same coin. You're going to ask what else I've had, and I found one more piece of interest. I'm going to show you it. If I can just gently put that cut quarter away. This came up banging signal 2526, and it's an R. It looks like it's a badge off the front of a grill, maybe a tractor. So anybody out there that knows what that R stands for, is it for Reynolds make tractors, I guess? I only really know Massey Ferguson and John Deere and David Brown. So there you go. And the rest, I've got a medieval buckle with its plate still on, but I didn't show that this morning. I just couldn't be bothered getting my phone out. So anybody that knows what that is, give me a shout. Right, I'm going to see if I can, I've got 2.5 hours left. I'm going to see if I can bring anything else to light. I finally got rid of the drought. Back again, folks, and it's been a few hours since I found that cut quarter. I found a lot of targets, mainly lead and buttons, but I've just had this rather intriguing object, and the ends of it have been flattened off. That's got some edge to it. I'm going to see if I can put it down here so we can focus. There you go. See the ends, look how they've been tapered off. It's the same on that end. Very unusual find. Now then, here's what's interesting. That came up, and I have had a couple of grots actually. If I can get them out, because I didn't do a little film of them, but they're not, I mean, they're nothing to look at, but the Roman coins. Right. Garotti bronze Roman. They came up out that way somewhere, and that's just come up. That could be Roman, it could be something. It's been bent and twisted in a purposefully manner. Is that the right word? Strange, very difficult to focus because it's hitting the background, of course. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can get the decoration on that. That's like a snake, isn't it? Look. Intriguing object. Right, okay, on to the next. Each week we find buckles. Most of them haven't got the pins on them, and you often wonder to yourself, well, wouldn't that have been nice if it had a pin on it, or what sort of pin would it add? And you think it's got a really big chunky pin on. Well, this proves otherwise. Look at this little buckle. I actually didn't see this. That's actually got the most absolute delicate of pins still attached. Look at that. You know, medieval again in date. But you can see now, not all of them had big chunky pins. This has got the most fragile. I mean, how the heck that evaded being damaged by the plough? Something tells me, looking at that, because I've obviously just dug it up. Let me just slot it back on. That could have been had a more substantial pin on in the past, and maybe come off, and somebody's put this homemade, very fragile pin on it, possibly. Anyway, that gives you just a little bit of a glimpse of how things were back then. Absolutely amazing how that hasn't broken. It's so fragile, I think it's going to break in my hand if I'm not careful. Right, a little bit of time left still, so let's carry on. A little mount, medieval in date, just up. Very crude pierced holes at the back. Funny isn't it how the later on in the day it goes, the more finds start coming up as you're nearing home time. Yeah, that's a devil to work out. Right, still time for more, I think. You see what I mean when I talk about buckles? That pin and part of the buckle's been smashed almost clean in half by the plough. So how the heck that little buckle back there with its little tiny fragile pin survived is anyone's guess. There's me moaning about not finding a hammered for a while. There's another one up. Little halfpenny. Little halfpence. Just as the rain sets in, of course. Good stuff. Pity it's broken, but you can't have it always, can you? Right, let's see what else.